coffee here. In here is brown sugar, oat milk that I have frothed, espresso, and Theralogix Ovasitol. I kind of thought the Theralogix thing was a hoax until I went to my doctor about 2 years ago, and she was like, your levels for PCOS are so good that I don't think you have PCOS right now. And I was like, oh, is there a reason for that? She was like, you taking care of yourself? I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you taking any supplements that might be changing your hormonal levels? And I said, oh yeah. And she was like, yeah, that's probably why you're feeling good. So I put it in there. This is the breakfast Sammy to end all breakfast Sammys. I'm not kidding when I say my entire well-being rests upon whether or not I meal prep my breakfast. I come to you this morning. It is Monday morning. I have the day off of work because it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the United States. And I'm a teacher, which means I get the same days off that the kids do. I'm gonna have a nice week this week. I'm determined. I had a terrible week last week. There were like threats to my campus and the kids were nervous and I was nervous, and then even when the threats were over, the kids were mean and I was mean, and I broke my project at pottery class and I didn't go to the gym like I wanted to. So I've been home all weekend just doing whatever. Hi. Hi, princess. She wants to say hello. What you doing, Zhong? You hanging out? Hi. I've been trying to paint once a week and like finish a painting and frame it and put it on my wall every week until I get tired. So that was good and kind of helped me reset. And then I went to go see Hamnet that night. Bong Joon-ho, who made Parasite, Mickey 17 and stuff, said something about how like watching it healed him and made him feel like he could create again. So I had to go see it. That's the highest praise that you could give, and this movie deserves it. It was amazing. I really hope that it wins awards. Very healing, I agree. It kind of made me be like, oh, art's important, right? Okay. So then the next day, on Sunday, I meal prepped for the week. I made all of my lunches and breakfasts. I am missing like several important things. Like I have no milk and almost no eggs. So I need to go to the grocery store today. I also watched first Lord of the Rings movie and then the second one all the way to this Battle of Helm's Deep, and then stopped and went to bed because I started the movie at like 9 and so it was like 3 a.m. when I decided to turn the TV off. The reason that I stayed up so late was because I knitted a scarf. This is the scarf. Very easy, like normal scarf, no crazy stitches or anything, just a bunch of colors. I was like halfway done with it last night and I was like, I'm just gonna stay up and finish it because like, fuck it. The day off tomorrow, I want to knit for the first time in months. I'm like excited about it. So I still need to weave all of the ends in of all the color changes, and I need to block this. I'm really proud of this. It worked out really well and I really enjoyed like knitting and watching TV and being calm. My missions today include go to the grocery store and get the stuff that I realized I was missing while I was cooking yesterday. And I also want to go to the thrift store. I realized that all of the sweaters that I own are oversized and I kind of want some that are like a thinner material that actually fit me properly. And I need to buy a dress that looks like the one that Buffy wears in this picture of Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. One of my besties, Taylor, is having a birthday party and the theme of the birthday party is murder. So you have to dress up as someone who has killed people. I am dressing as Buffy and I already have the leather jacket and I already have the boots. Dressing as Buffy is hard because she wears like 5,000 million outfits and none of them are really particularly iconic other than the red leather pants, black shirt outfit, and I'm not trying to buy red leather pants. So I'm gonna go see if I can find something to be that cheetah mini dress secondhand. I feel like that's something I can probably find. That's the agenda today. I need to thrift shop, grocery shop, and then I would really like to go on a walk. Over there you can see a beaver home, beaver house, beaver hut, I don't know what you call it. The last time I came here, I went on a nature walk and they told me that the beavers came from upstream and that it's fun to have them here, but also that they are very industrious and keep trying to eat all of the trees that are around here. So you can see nets on all of the neighboring trees to the beaver home. The girls are talking. I sat here and journaled 3 pages, which is a very artist way of me, even though I'm not doing artist way stuff. Just, I don't know. There's something to writing the 3 pages thing. 1 page is not enough, and 2 pages feels like enough, but 3 is actually enough because then you get into the the nitty-gritty of the things that are circling your mind. I'm at my first thrift store. Let's see if they're open. They might not be. This is a local resale place. Okay, struck out at the last place, which is fine. They don't have a huge selection anyway. They did have a bunch of cheap stuff, including a really nice bike for like $50. I don't need a bike, but I always want one. Now I'm at the Gracebridge Rescale place, which is a place that I've actually had a lot of good luck. Excuse me. What's that? Oh, I got you. I spent way too long at the thrift store and now it's dark outside. I left it too late and I need to be quick, so let's run. All right, we're home. Time for a thrift haul and grocery haul. This grocery haul was about $72. I went to Aldi and that's more than I thought it would be, but I also got some high ticket and treat items. Sugar cookie mix, because I have a bunch of icing and I like sugar cookies and I haven't made any since the holidays. These are hash browns. Chickpea rotini, gels and white cheddar. This is an emergency thing for me. Like when I run out of food, I always like to have something on hand that's easy, like mac and cheese. Peanut butter sandwich crackers, avocado on the go, paprika, and my supper for tonight, flatbread with pepperoni and mozzarella. We got broccoli, eggs, ooh, big boy salmon. This is the main thing that was expensive. Chicken, because both of these are what I'm gonna eat next week and both these are going in the freezer. And then thrift haul, I got two 100% cotton turtlenecks. One of them is red, and then the other one is a true mock neck. Fantastic. I have one of these in white that is the same brand as this one and I wear it all the time, literally every single week. So I'm gonna wear those all the time as layering pieces and as pieces on their own. And then the other thing I got, which is a little ridiculous, is this insane velvet vest that is like genuinely 2 sizes too big for me, with a very subtle, I don't know if you can see that, paisley dark pattern on it. And I don't know, it just kind of made me feel like a hobbit, and that's all I'm really looking for. So yay, good basics. I was at the thrift store for way longer than I needed to be. I tried on maybe 10 cheetah print dresses. I found one that was like the perfect cut. It was a mini dress. It had the same collar. It was everything exactly like the picture I was looking for, but it was like 1 size too small. So that sucked. I was really close to victory. And then I also tried on genuinely like 8 sweaters at the Goodwill, and not a single one of them came home with me. I'm excited that I came home with so little. I have like adopted the theory of that if I'm not completely obsessed with it and would have bought it brand new, then I probably shouldn't thrift it either, because that means it doesn't belong in my closet. Like it doesn't really matter if it's a good deal if I wouldn't wear it. Now we're having dinner and putting some stuff away. Kind of just need to tidy my home a little bit. Kind of left it in a tizzy, so let's tidy. Hey. Hey, I am someone who actually picks up my outfit every single night, and I usually get genuinely like really excited about it, so you're gonna see me do that now. All right, here's the foundational layer. White turtleneck, as aforementioned. Vest with the turtleneck. I'm pretty excited about that. While I was at the thrift store, an old woman saw me trying this on and said, "I don't think that's you." And you don't get me. Oh yeah, also same old woman at the thrift store asked me to watch while she stripped in the hall, because both of the changing rooms were out of order / blocked off by the employees. And she was like, "Can you just watch to make sure that like I don't get in trouble while I take my pants and shirt off in the public place that we're in?" And I said, "I feel like maybe we should ask if they can maybe open one of the dressing rooms for you." And they said, "No, we can't do that." But then somebody else was like, "I just changed in the furniture room, so whatever." So I went in there with her and tried to make her feel less alone. And she took her pants and her shirts off in the public space. And I didn't do that. I dressed for thrifting today. I wanted something that would like let me thrift and try everything on without having to strip. And it worked really well, so I'll probably keep doing this. I'm also gonna be wearing my giant prairie skirt, and then I'm gonna wear my black boots underneath. The main goal of tomorrow is to be warm. My place of work is having a Disney themed dress up day. Even though I love Disney, I own like no Disney merch. I have one Muppets t-shirt, and tomorrow's gonna be cold and I don't wanna wear a t-shirt. I'm not gonna be dressed for that, and everyone at work is gonna be mad at me because everyone's always mad at me when I don't dress for Spirit Days. I don't like spirit days. I hate being told what to wear, and I really like expressing myself through what I'm wearing and enjoying my closet. And when other people make me dress up, even if it's for a fun reason, even if it's cute, I don't want to do it. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Everything's ready to go. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Hello, welcome to my couch. I'm gonna eat my dinner and watch the Battle of Home Steep. Hello, it is Tuesday afternoon. I want you to see the fit. This is the brown vest that I thrifted yesterday. Peep the cat pin that my grandma gave me and that I added to it, and I think it's perfect. I got so many compliments at work on this today. So strange woman at the thrift store, you don't get me, but my friends do. And that's what matters. Today was terrible. I gave the kids a test that I thought was really easy and then they completely bombed it. So I have to go back and reteach everything in a new and different way that hopefully they will understand better. So I stayed late to email them, tell them what's going on, tell them about the plan, email them if they're missing assignments, da da da. And so I came home at like 4:45 and immediately made a giant dinner because I have ceramics class tonight. My ceramics class from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. and it's 30 minutes away. I know, I'm a superhero. I'm not. It's always exhausting. I always feel worse the next day, but I love going and so much, and it's so much fun and it's so worth it that like, it's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna have my dinner, have a little chill time, get myself together, and then go to ceramics class. Can I do this on both sides, correct? Okay. Somebody making one of these right now?
Yeah, so I was making them.
Okay, well that's adorable. Never forget her / forgive her. Because I was like, every other kid has used this. I've had 200 students at this point, and not a single other kid has, it's never been an issue.
Need to thin it anymore, or is it the right? I don't even know. It's not hard, but it's like if you can see someone do it, then it's like, oh, yeah.
Actually, should I just cut off this whole chunk? Have like a tiny little pot. It feels like less disastrous than it normally feels. Usually when I do that, I'm like, it's over.
Yeah.
But this one seems like I could fix it. I look so shiny. It's because I put sunscreen on. It's because I got sunscreen on. Don't worry about it. It's gonna dry. But I woke up so late this morning, so I did not do my yoga. I did not do making my bed. I just put on clothes and made breakfast. So breakfast sandwich, coffee. Just gonna sit here and eat my breakfast and watch Lee Clone on youtube.com. There's some things that I like in a vlogger. I like a real person with job that is not influencer, but is doing influencing for fun or on the side. And then I also like when someone is, sue me, an American Southerner, because I am one too. Hey, I had a really bad day today. I stayed in my classroom and cleaned because it was a disaster in there. I left work at like 4:40 today and immediately went and got a treat. My students gave me gift cards to different various coffee places around town during Christmas, and I'm trying to use them up. So when I was like, I want a treat, I went to a Dutch Bros Coffee, which I've never been to, and they had really good stuff. So I used one of my students' gift cards, and then I went to the park, and I went on a walk until the sunset, and I told a tree my problems because I didn't feel like calling anyone, and I wanted to be alone. When I was getting into my car, my work mother just texted me and all of her work daughters that she is retiring from teaching. So just burst into tears immediately after reading that message because the concept of going to work without her there doesn't even feel real. Work's been so bad, and I've been trying to do everything I can to enjoy my life and to enjoy my work. I don't even like want to go to work anymore. I definitely don't want to go to work tomorrow. Oh, and I live in Texas and there's supposed to be a crazy winter storm over the weekend and it's supposed to be like dangerous and scary to drive. So I don't know why I'm trying. I need to take even more off of my plate and do even less. But I don't want to give up my creative, enjoyable, beautiful life so that I can be good at the job that is making me sad. Hello, it is about 1 in the afternoon. Last couple of weeks, things have been happening that are never happened before and are way worse than they've ever been. So I took the day off today. I was in bed all day today, asleep, like completely asleep, and only now just woke up. I told myself that I wasn't gonna be productive today, and so far I've lived up to that. Technically I need to do stuff, but I don't wanna do anything. It's also supposed to be a terrifying winter storm on Friday and last through the weekend, so there's not really any point in me doing anything. I guess I could cook. Hello, it is 5 p.m. I decided to shower, put on real clothes, and make 2 things that I think will make me happy. I made some white hot chocolate and have it in this cup. This is actually from when I went to see Frozen on Broadway, which is maybe not like the best musical, but definitely had the best merch. White hot chocolate's really easy. It's just white hot chocolate, cream, milk, vanilla, cinnamon. I like it a lot. I greatly prefer it to normal hot chocolate. And then I also made some cookies. I kind of went a little crazy with my sprinkles. They're every color of the rainbow. But mostly because I've been having a really hard time this week, but I still want to do things to make my life good. So I called my mother, called my sister, called my friend. So yeah, I kind of cheered myself up. A shower, real human clothes, and baking something really does do it sometimes. Like sometimes that's all it needs. And pretending that I don't have any responsibilities for 24 hours, also helpful. I'm about to go to my friend Lizzie's. We're gonna watch a couple of movies. She is currently earning her master's in history. This week she's supposed to watch a bunch of movies about the 1930s. Should be fun, yeah. Very good time. Good morning. I'm late. I'm so tired. I feel terrible. I had a terrible night's sleep. My cat, Chonko, woke me up at 4 in the morning. Usually she wakes me up for a reason. This time I walked around, I followed her to all of the different rooms of our house. I didn't find any vomit. I didn't find any hairball. I didn't find anything off. I don't know what was wrong. I guess she was dysregulated because I was like asleep morning and part of the afternoon yesterday. So she didn't get to hang out and didn't get to do what she likes to do. And like, me too, girl. I get it. So now I'm eating my breakfast. I have to go to work today. I really don't want to. I don't feel better. I slept all day yesterday and saw a friend and watched a movie and made cookies, and I don't feel better. So I guess it's just gonna take some time. I need to remind myself that we are in the dead armpit of winter, and this is the time of year where I feel like shit. Hello, it is Saturday. I am wearing a sweatsuit. I bought the sweatsuit in December. I actually own almost no loungewear, and I have put up a fight against buying loungewear, mostly because I like real clothes. But it is very cold in Texas today. This is the first day of the big winter storm. There is some snow that fell overnight, not a ton, and it's supposed to get bad again this evening. But I am cozy, I am warm, I'm in my home. I'm grateful to have a warm, safe place to be during the storm. I watched the end of Return of the King this morning and cried. Something about them being like, do you remember what it will be like when the Shire has spring? And I was like, oh, I think I've been so miserable this winter, and I'm miserable every winter because I do the whole like forgotten the taste of food and the sound of water and the touch of grass. Like I'm doing that shit. So when that happened in the movie, I was like, I do feel that way. I don't remember what it will be like when the Shire has spring again. But it will. I'm just in the middle of an ice storm, and I had a hard week, and everybody I know is leaving my job that I love, and my job that I love is becoming a job that is like, feels impossibly difficult. I screamed in agony like the whole way to work and cried because I didn't want to be there. Also because I had sunscreen in my eyes and I literally couldn't wipe it because I was driving on the freeway at like 70 miles an hour. So, I had a very miserable morning, literally blew out my voice, but then it ended up being good because then I was quiet all day. And my students know this and my coworkers know that if I'm quiet, it means I'm pissed. And I am kind of pissed at them, so I'm glad that I was able to get their attention without having to raise my voice. Rough start, and then after work, my friends and I went to happy hour and we talked about our futures in education and like who's staying at the middle school where we work and who's leaving. It turns out that like most of the people that I love want to stay and make the school better. Also, a lot of people that I love have like either two things. A lot of them are either telling me I need to be in leadership positions within the English department because I'm an English teacher. And then the other half of my friends were like, you talked last year about getting your certification to teach art and being an art teacher, and you didn't do it. but it seems like it would be a better fit for everything about you and what you love, and you could do what you love at school and still be there. And I was like, you know, teaching English has been really discouraging this year. I am in the trenches of the battle for literacy right now, and my friends have noticed that, and they're like, hey, maybe do something else. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of compelling actually. I might get my art certification. I think I could do it. I got my English certification just by reading a bunch of books and doing a lot of studying. And I've done a lot more art than I've ever done studying. Not like a self-taught artist at all. I was an art minor in college. I did cartoons for my college newspaper for like 3 years. When I got my first full-time job, I was doing after-work storyboarding classes the whole time. Joined life drawing classes, and I'm in pottery classes now, and I'm painting every week. So yeah, I love art. It's obviously the thing that compels me. I'm probably gonna get my art certification and see where that takes me. Barring changing my life right this minute, I do have a couple things I need to do. I just spent 30 minutes tidying, so what you can see behind me is a lot cleaner than it was a mere 30 minutes ago. And now I'm gonna do 30 minutes of something that I wanna do, which is finish a painting that I've had sitting on my easel for a week because I've had a terrible week and I haven't gotten to sit down to paint at all. But I did get the text from my district that we have a snow day on Monday. It is cold. It's gonna get snowier and colder as the day continues. So I'm gonna sit and paint. And I might edit this video. Let's have a good snowed in day. Good morning, it is Sunday. I've been in my house basically since Friday night because it's been snowing. I wanted to show you the painting I did last night. I made it with a caterpillar in it. It says, what will I be? I bought a bunch of thrifted frames earlier this year, and every time I finish a watercolor painting, I get to frame it and then find a place for it on my wall. Yeah, the process of this was really fun. I tried to use a little bit more underpainting. As you can probably see, I've got like splotches of color everywhere. My original reference photo, straight green leaves. So I added some little splotches all over it before I went back in and defined the leaves. Also used watercolor resist. I will say my watercolor resist picked up a lot of the pigment in this painting. Last time I used it, I had all these splotches where I didn't actually cover it. So I was trying to be more meticulous this time and do a thicker coat. I do have to do some work on the computer. I got to grade papers. I got to design lessons, and then I need to cook for the week. I also want to go outside. Hello, welcome to my living room floor. I am on the floor because my back really hurts. I was in my apartment all day. The only walking around I did was like vacuuming and putting away laundry. Anyway, let's do some yoga. I usually watch this guided video on, this is not sponsored at all, but I do use this resource literally all the time. I use an app called Fit On. There is a yoga instructor on there that is really chill. And there's one yoga lesson on here that's called Level 0 that's literally 17 minutes and it gets me right. I have this thing memorized. I've probably done it 100 times now. Did it, folks. A few months ago, while I was watering my pothos, I have to stand on my step stool to do this. My pajama pants got caught on my step stool. I fell backwards, just like splat on the ground. Ever since, this has been a scary task for me to do. But unfortunately, my plants need water, and I need my plants because I'm not going outside until the weather improves. I do need to have some greenery in my life. It took me about 30 minutes to grade 7 projects, which is an average of about 4 minutes or 4.5 minutes. I only have a few more of this class period to do, so I think I'm gonna sit here and finish this class period.
And therefore their mind work minds allows us to indulge in liberty that we are living ways by pace. I feel like I'm forgetting something important, but communal experience to
I graded for an hour. which is longer than I was planning to grade, but I did finish 1 class period's worth of student assignments. So I had lunch, took a break, and now I'm going to block, or attempt to block, the scarf that I made. I'm gonna wet it and then do the towel wrap thing.
A few hours later.
I have decided that I do in fact want to go outside to witness the snow. I saw it coming down. I haven't been outside at all since the snow began. Layer 1, jammy pants, and a long sleeve mock neck. This is actually the one I got at the thrift store. Then I've got my biggest, warmest sweater on. It's kind of crazy to wear and it's super hot, so I barely wear it because I live in Texas and it's usually not cold. But it's good for days like this. I'm gonna put on some sweatpants over my jammy pants. I've got my non-slip Birkenstock cloggies, a hat, my warmest scarf. This is an infinity scarf that I got from ModCloth in 2016. People are saying 2016 is back. I'm saying it never left. Gonna zip this all the way up. Got my gloves. Hopefully this is enough. Let's go outside. I just got a text message that the district where I work will be closed Monday and Tuesday. I was like, that seems like a lot. And now that I'm out here, I'm like, yeah, no, I get it actually. It is really cold. I was gonna go walk in the back on the patio in my apartment and maybe sit in a chair and enjoy the snow. But it's so icy, I think I'll fall if I go on the concrete. It's so beautiful and quiet. It was so quiet that for the first time since I moved here, I could hear the church bells ringing. I know they had a bell tower, but I've never actually heard their bell. And I heard their bell and it really reminded me of like when I was a kid, because I went to an Episcopalian middle school and the Episcopal church down the street similarly had a bell tower. And I always heard that leaving school. Very beautiful. I'm gonna put this away before my camera gets waterlogged. That's not snow out there. Like it's snowing right now, but what is on the concrete and stuck is ice. During previous snowstorms, it's been touch and go, but it's never been no. I tried to go outside in 3 different spots, 3 different exit areas of my apartment. It's a no. It's a no, brother. You know what? And that's okay. There are definitely worse things in the world than staying in my nice warm apartment and crafting and getting caught up on work. This is Jonko. She's sitting on her princess pillows. She did not care about these pillows and they were sitting here for 2 years before she randomly decided that they were her bed, and now she sits here every single day. She's a bit of an odd chicken. She is scared of everyone who is not me, and sometimes she's scared of me. She's not so much like a crawl in your lap, follow you around the house to every single room kind of girl. She kind of does her own thing, but I love when she lets me say hi. I have graded a class and a half worth of papers. I have a class and a half left to go. Each grading session, I am averaging like 4 minutes and 45 seconds for every paper that I grade. I haven't exactly had the most fun grading, but it does feel good to make some progress. But I really need to take a break and do something else. I think I might cook. All right, hello, welcome to meal prep night starring me. The first thing that we're making is a very simple roasted salmon that has an accompaniment of steamed broccoli and roasted potato. And then after that, we'll be making chicken pasta salad. We have what some is referred to as a metric fuck ton of broccoli, and then also potato. You're gonna watch me chop some broccoli right now and you're gonna be like, she's chopping that broccoli in a really scary way, because I have cut myself before and I get really freaked out. My mom likes to bake her broccoli and then she has like oven baked roasted broccoli. I'm not about that life. I really like steamed broccoli. I'm more likely to eat it if it's in tiny little pieces. Salmon is in the air fryer behind the camera. In front of the camera, we have broccoli that is almost done steaming. And now I'm gonna cut my vegetables and preheat my oven, season my chicken, and cook my pasta. While I'm doing that, I just wanted to talk to the camera a little bit about my experience with cooking and feeding myself in my 20s. I do not find cooking difficult. I almost find it enjoyable. I don't like take crazy pleasure in it and it does tucker me out, but I do find it to be like a part of my life that makes me feel capable. It makes me feel like an adult. The reason that I learned to cook in the first place was because when I was 16, I got diagnosed with PCOS. In case you're unaware, PCOS is a condition that affects a lot of people. 1 in 10 people with uteruses have PCOS. It's a hormonal disorder that affects your androgen production, your insulin resistance. It's easy to gain weight, really hard to lose weight, messes with your period, and makes it very hard to have children. And I was the only person in my family who was sick. So as a result of that, I had to get really good at figuring out what specialized meals worked for me, what foods I actually wanted to eat that were gonna be healthy, and a balance between managing my diet and being a normal human girl. Because I have had a decade of experience balancing that, I am much better at taking care of myself now than I was when I was 16. You do not have to learn to cook a lot of different meals to be somebody who does meal prep. Also, I have the good fortune of not being someone who is like wanting to eat something different every night. It's just not the way I was raised. I had the same breakfast every single morning. Sometimes our dinner was different, but pretty consistently it was like the same half dozen meals. Feeding yourself is a joy, feeding yourself is a privilege. It's also like not optional. I would say first step to being somebody who meal preps is figure out what you like, your most absolute favorite thing, and figure out a way to make it healthy for you and then make it a million times. If I sit down here and I don't get the laser toy out, she will meow, and then she will go over here and she will scratch the wall. That wall is discolored because she like touches it with her cheek a lot, not because of her scratching. Her scratching is purely to stress me out. I do feel like if she was allowed to hunt birds, like if I let her be an indoor-outdoor cat, she would kill so many fucking birds. Like, just look at her. The only thing she really wants to do is kill stuff and hang out with me, but this is kind of a 2 birds, 1 stone situation. Good bounce. I woke up this morning really excited because my scarf is blocked. It was dry when I got up this morning. I'm really excited about this. I can wear it for the rest of the winter time. I watched 2 episodes of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms yesterday. It's the TV adaptation of The Hedge Knight, or like The Adventures of Dunk and Egg, which is a George R.R. Martin project. I thought it was so cute and so fun. Even though the Game of Thrones finale was obviously disappointing and horrifying for all of us, it did not burn me on Westeros. It did not burn me on George R.R. Martin's world at all. And also, even if that wasn't true, I like medieval fantasy stuff. So it's not hard to convince me to care about a story if there's gonna be knights or dragons in it. We'll sign up. I'll be happy to be there. Me and my cat sat with a quilt and watched TV, which is kind of all I want out of a snow day. Had a good evening. Excited to have a good day. Hi, it's now 3. I started a craft project, but I was on FaceTime with my friend while I started it, so I did not film it. But for the last couple of years, I have kept several t-shirts in my collection that don't fit me properly. 2 years ago, I decided to crop these shirts, and then I never wore them because it turns out I don't actually like cropped shirts, and I've been meaning to cut out the things that are cool about the shirts and put them on other materials. So I have my little patches cut out. I still have my sister-in-law's sewing machine from when I was quilting a few weeks ago, and I've ironed everything and we are ready to try it. This is the first patch I'm gonna attempt this with. I have pinned it in a few places, so we're gonna give this a try. And I've got sewing machine ready to go. Ooh. Hello. I'm looking this up. If it doesn't work, it will be okay. If it does work, it will be cool. Can't fail if the goal is experience. I watched the video tutorial, second time to practice. One thing that upset me when sister-in-law showed me how to sew was that it's way easier than I thought it was. I was imagining the American Girl movie about Samantha. Has a little boy who like hurts his hand really bad because he's working in a factory. And obviously he hurts his hand because he's a child operating heavy machinery in the 1900s. And I'm not that, and that's not what this is. And it would be very hard to hurt myself, but that's what I've always envisioned when I envisioned sewing. So the fact that it's just kind of push it around and follow an instruction manual is way easier than I thought it would be. Look at it! Back of the shirts now has crocodiles on it. All right, well that's given me way too much confidence to do this to all of my other projects immediately. It is 11 the next day. I didn't do anything that I said I was gonna do yesterday, and instead I spent the entire day customizing and cutting apart a bunch of my t-shirts. And I just wanted to show you what I made. So here's the first one, it's pale pink. And on the back, I have a patch. My Dallas Arboretum shirt. This was a t-shirt that I got secondhand. It says grandmas are very special people. I think I got it during 2020 or 2021. This t-shirt I like a lot and already wear a lot. But now on the back, it has alligators on it from the California Academy of Sciences. This one is my Camp Madeline shirt. 2 years ago, I had a birthday party that was summer camp themed and my sister helped me make t-shirts. Camp Madeline, and established 1999 because that's when I was born, Little Fire. I cut out pieces of the original cobalt blue shirt and made stars out of them. This is my Muppets t-shirt. This one is the one that gave me the idea for the t-shirts. This is a Hosier concert shirt that I bought when I went to his show 2 years ago. I like it so much better on this t-shirt and I'm like sure that I'm actually going to wear it now. This one is a mermaid shirt. I got this t-shirt secondhand and the t-shirt itself, I bought it because I love the design, but it was stained so badly. It had like crazy stains here and on the collar and on the waist. I'm so excited to wear this. This is a t-shirt that I only got like a month ago and I was actually kind of hesitant to do the patch thing on it because I wasn't sure if I had something that would suit, but it turns out I totally did. This is my Cat Shakespeare shirt. I got this at the Kilgore Shakespeare Festival a couple of years ago. But something about having it on the back is really serving to me. Like I feel like I can be calm looking and normal and then I can turn around and surprise Cat Shakespeare. So this one is a shoe shirt that I never wear. But on the back, now I have my Hadestown t-shirt. I did kind of do it super sideways, but I kind of think that helps with the design a little bit. I don't know, I think it's more fun. This is the craziest one. This is my Spirit t-shirt. I inherited a lot of school themed t-shirts when I started working at the middle school where I work now. And a lot of them were ill-fitting or weird colors. I cut up 9 t-shirts and took out just the cool logo design that was on those shirts and put them on this white shirt. So on the front, I have the one that's from this year. And on the back, I have every other Spirit shirt that I own. I will say after doing this, I feel much more excited about my wardrobe. I feel like I have the power to change it and mold it to my needs. I don't need to own t-shirts I don't like, and if I don't like them, I can probably change them. Yeah, this just made me so happy and so excited. I knew I was gonna be stuck on site all day, so I knew I needed to do something. So I just did what I wanted to do, followed my bliss, stayed up super late doing it, and I'm really happy with the results, so I think it was worth it. I'm having my coffee and my breakfast. Yes, it's 1 in the afternoon. I think the snow has made me crazy and made me want to fuck up my sleep schedule really bad. I do have actually things I need to do today because I didn't do literally a single thing that I needed to do yesterday and all I did was make all of those t-shirts. Also, I don't know if there's gonna be school tomorrow, but I need to treat today like I have school tomorrow, so that's why I need to get my work done. So let's have breakfast, watch Buffy, and grade some papers. Hello, reporting live again from my couch. I have graded a class and a half. I have half a class left to grade. I need to input the reassessment scores from Friday, and the kids who didn't take the test, that did take the test later, I need to put their scores in too. After that, I need to design 2 very short little lessons and probably figure out what I'm gonna be teaching on Thursday, because at 5 o'clock this evening, I got a call from my district that we are gonna be closed again tomorrow. When I started this vlog, I planned for it to be a week in the life, and I actually planned for it to be less than a week and to end on Sunday. But it's been kind of fun to have a video project going because it means that even though I'm alone and I haven't really been able to leave my house and it's just been me and my cat, I have someone to talk to and something to hold me accountable to do what I need to do. Whether that's cooking, cleaning, crafting, or grading, it's been nice to have some company. Hello. It is Wednesday. This is the first time I have filmed all day long. Last night, I stayed up super late, finished grading all of my papers, made my 2 mini lessons, uploaded everything to the calendar, and went to bed at 3 in the morning. Because I stayed up so late, I woke up late, and this morning I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I played Hades, which is a game that I love, and I also decided to make the financial and emotional decision to purchase Animal Crossing and Hades 2. I also edited my video for a few hours, and then I did leave my house because I had a chiropractic appointment this afternoon. Then After that, I went to the grocery store. So this is like the first time I've left my house in like 5 days. And I was really excited because I ran out of the shampoo that I have. So I went out to the store today and I bought a new hair care routine. So we're gonna try that tonight and then keep trying it and be consistent for at least a month before I give up, which is gonna be hard for me, but it's gonna be worth it. The first thing that I got was an anti-breakage serum. And you put this on your hair before you shower. And then I got a clarifying shampoo. This is Pantene. And then I also bought this non-clarifying shampoo to do in between clarifying washes. And then I have conditioner. And then I have a Bond Protein Repair Sealing Serum Treatment. Apparently you do this in between the shampoo and conditioner, which is cool. And I have a fancy mask for when I need more conditioning than normal. And then I got a conditioning spray also from Pantene to put in my hair when I'm done. My hair has been very unpredictable lately. It has been very hard for me to manage. Sometimes I wake up and it looks fine. Sometimes I wake up and it looks horrible and there's nothing I can do to fix it. So the other part of this that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try to use possibly some heat products on it so that I don't let it air dry every single time that I take a shower, because that seems to be the step that is causing problems. I shampooed, I conditioned, I did like the balm thing in between, and now I'm spraying with the leave-in conditioner. And I looked up tutorials on how to use a blow dry round brush. It was like, the first thing you need to know when you're using your blow dry brush is that it's for styling and not for drying your hair. I didn't know that. So apparently it has to be 80% dry already, and then you can go in and style. Don't know how long this is gonna take because I have done it a grand total of like 3 times. I have how to blow dry your hair in case they changed it. No. Okay, I think I was doing everything wrong. Hello? Low setting and in constant motion. Okay, I can do that. To have hair is to perform. But honestly, it's not that bad if I don't make it as hot as physically possible and like as close to my head as I can get it. Like setting it to a low setting is actually fine. They really did change blow drying. It was good that I looked it up. They changed it. I think that's mostly dry. Okay, now I'm gonna style it, I guess. This is exciting. I like learning new skills. Battery died. Anyways, it feels nice. And then the tutorial said I need to do one once through with the cool to like make it stay, which makes sense. I guess that's the thing is like, I'm not low maintenance on purpose. I just never learned how to do anything. Every woman in my family straightens it every day or cut their hair into a pixie cut. So no one in my family knows how to do hair at all. I feel like I can figure it out. I did it. It's kind of giving helmet. I think it's because I need a haircut, so I want to grow my hair a little bit longer. My hair has a natural wave to it, but when I blow dry it, it disappears. Maybe I should put curlers in. Hello. I just hopped out of bed. I'm gonna take all these curlers out. This is maybe gonna look crazy, and that's okay, because all I have to do today is be at home. Okay. Now, I actually used to wear foam rollers all the time when I was in college. I had much longer hair then, and I wore the ones that are big sticks. And I have never really been good at doing my hair, but I could use those. So I think I will be able to brush this into something appealing, although it is kind of giving poodles. I kind of look like a backyard again. Now we're going to comb it out. Oh, my Landa. One thing about my hair, it really likes curlers. I'm gonna use an actual brush. I will say my hair feels really good and smells really good. My hair wants it to be the 1970s or 1980s very badly. Like anytime I do anything with traditional non-heat styles, it is extremely effective. But I think this might be as good as it's going to get. Well, at least I have the day at home today. Maybe they'll fall a little bit and be pretty tomorrow. Hello and good evening. It is not that late, it is only 6. As predicted, the hair did fall. Now it looks fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm pleased with it. It feels nice and soft. Worth the investment, little scary in the get-go. Should be pretty for tomorrow. Do you like my sweater? It has a fish on it. All I've done today is sit and edit my YouTube video. What I need to do this evening is fold laundry, and I need to make sure I've got everything set out for me to go to school tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get to school really early because we are doing a stations activity in class, and it's something that I have to set a lot of things up for, and I didn't set up on Friday because we had social plans. We had happy hour with my coworkers that I went to. Tomorrow's gonna be kind of rough. I know already that the kids are gonna be really weird. Any break in their routine is always stressful, but especially when it's we didn't know what was gonna happen and it was 4 days long kind of a break. I'll deal with it as it comes. I'm not super looking forward to work tomorrow. I'm kind of getting a Sunday scaries. A lot of my coworkers were like, "Ugh, I really wish we were back at school. I'm bored." And I was like, I really needed this break. Hello. I put all my laundry away. I was on the phone with my mom the entire time that I was doing that, and what a delight. I talked to her about this whole week and just reflecting on all the stuff that I've gotten done, didn't get done, things I tried and experimented with. It's been an interesting period because I didn't expect to have a break, so I didn't earn it. I had nothing that I was responsible for. That was not what I was already responsible for. You know, I didn't have the extra thing that I was doing instead of working, and I was not allowed to leave my house for several days of it because it wasn't safe to drive. So I had to actually be at home by myself and enjoy my free time. And as a result of that, I finished a scarf, I painted a caterpillar, I put together t-shirts and sewed them together. I have taken care of myself, fed myself, gotten enough rest. I've even played video games, which is something that I usually only do during school breaks. I'm someone who feels guilty if I do something enjoyable, if there's something on my plate that I need to do, even if the thing that I need to do is not emergent. And I'm so grateful for this time that I've had. I thought this vlog was gonna be like 1 week and then it was the worst week ever. And then I thought it was gonna be over. And I was kind of sad about it. I was like, man, I vlogged to make my week better. And then that week was full of stress and pain and sadness. But because I had to be by myself for days, I kept recording. And I feel like I've kind of turned a corner. January is always really hard. It's my least favorite time of year. It's dark and miserable and extremely busy, and everyone around me wants to better themselves, but not enjoy themselves. So to have a random, almost a full week, to slow down in the middle of it was such a relief, like such a boon to my well-being. Obviously my job has not stopped being stressful. I'm sure I will go back tomorrow and it will be bad. But this just kind of showed me like, I have the capacity to do things that make me happy. And when I don't do those things, I'm letting myself down. And it is my responsibility to make sure that I actually spend my free time doing things that I enjoy and that are worth doing. I think I'm gonna say goodbye. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening doing what I want without recording it. It was really enjoyable to make this and edit it and put it together. Thanks for watching. Bye.